Okay, dear, so let's see our topic here on Google Classroom first. So let me take you there. Yes, here we go. So this is our page on Google Classroom, and I posted here the homework for you today. Okay, so you should do online practice, Unit 9, Conversation 1 and 2, and the first worksheet here, worksheet number 1. So did you have a chance to do your homework? Yes or no? This is the worksheet.
No.
Oh my goodness, guys, you aren't doing your homework. So please try to do it, okay? Because our test is approaching. This is Unit 9. So after Unit 9, we have a test. Hi, John, it is. Good morning. Good to see you. So here we have the worksheet I asked you guys to do using should have, right? I've already given you the explanation about this worksheet. So I hope you can do this weekend, okay? Try to do it. And then we check on Tuesday, all right? Okay, Jayani, try to do that. And also the online practice. So today, people, our page is page 60 is the reading part, and it talks about etiquette, right? So ask the etiquette expert. So let's take a look there. Here we are, okay? If you have your books, this is page number 60, unit 9, okay? So here, as you can see, it's an article probably taken from a blog. And this girl here is an etiquette expert. So she knows a lot about etiquette. Have you ever read anything about good etiquette? Oh, okay, no problem, Jonathan. That's okay. Don't worry, okay? All right. So, have you ever read anything about good etiquette? What we should do in some situations? So, to help you remember, I'll show you a short video about 15 good etiquette choices that we should do, right? We should make actually. So, let me just minimize here and show you the video. Hi, Amanda. Good morning. Good to see you. So, today, Amanda, we are talking about good etiquette. Okay? Good morning, dear. Good to see you. Sorry. Excuse me. So, I will try to show you this short video about 15 rules of modern etiquette. Okay? So, you have an idea what we are talking about. So, let me share this out here. Okay? Let's go. If you have any problems with the connection, I will post the link. Okay. By the way, let me do it now. Let me post the link already, just in case, right? You guys have a difficulty watching the video. Let me post the link here. Okay, so I posted on the chat. If, for example, via Zoom, the video is not okay, you can check the video on your cell phones, okay? Later on, if you wish. So let's go.
The 15 rules of modern etiquette. Being well-versed in the basics is good and all, but there are lots of nuances that only a small number of people seem to know. Number 15. Never visit without calling first. One British lady had a pretty funny and effective way to deal with unexpected visits. She says that when she sees an uninvited guest approaching, she quickly puts on her shoes and a hat and grabs an umbrella. If she usually enjoys this person's company, she exclaims, "So nice to see you, I've just come home." If the person is someone she'd rather avoid, she tells them, "Ah, what a pity, I really have to go." It might not be the most honest approach, but it works for her. More power to her. Here are some of the other things that are considered rude when you visit somebody. Don't ask for the Wi-Fi password. Take off your shoes before stepping into the host's lovely apartment. Don't explore bedrooms without permission. Don't raid the host's fridge or help yourself to food without being offered. Don't bring your pet without asking first. I'm sure your Chihuahua is the cutest thing ever, but somebody in the house may have a pet allergy. It's considered good manners to bring a gift if you're invited to a party. Number 14, never leave an umbrella open to dry, neither in the office nor at someone else's place. First of all, some people are superstitious and believe that opening an umbrella indoors will bring bad luck. Secondly, if the umbrella did its job right, you'll be perfectly dry when you come inside from the rain. But the same can't be said for your umbrella. As you can imagine, it's not very polite to get water all over the floor. Not to mention, your open umbrella takes up a lot of space and could inconvenience other people. You should just close it and put it on an umbrella stand or a hook. Number 13, never put a handbag on your lap or your chair. It's totally okay to put a small, elegant clutch on the table. However, a handbag or purse should be hung on the back of a chair or put on the floor. If there isn't one, some restaurants even offer special stools for bags. Another way out is to invest your money in a cute little purse hook. It's a small device you can easily keep in your bag and, when necessary, attach to the table to hang your purse. As for briefcases, they should always be put on the floor. Number 12. Wear pants and a sweater around the house. Comfortable, yet decent. Remember when we said how embarrassing it can be when you get an unexpected guest? Are you walking around in your underwear or buck naked? Here's a good way to avoid that. A robe and sleepwear are meant for going to the bathroom in the morning and from the bathroom to the bedroom in the evening. Otherwise, put on a comfortable pair of jeans or pants, and a sweater or a t-shirt. Number 11. When a child moves to their own room, make it a routine to knock before entering. Unless it's an emergency or safety issue, you should be respectful of your kids' privacy. As soon as they're in elementary school, ask permission before entering the room. This way, your children will do the same when coming into your bedroom, and they'll do the same for their kids later on. See? Teaching generations of good manners. Number 10, ladies can wear their hat and gloves indoors. Women may leave their fashion hats on at weddings, lunches, or garden parties. They don't have to take their decorative hat off at religious services or at the movies either. Just check that your hat isn't blocking anybody's view. We all know the feeling of paying outrageous ticket prices to see a movie you've been anticipating for months, only to have your experience ruined by the person in front of you. Also, nobody is exempt from taking off their fancy hat at work. Dress code is dress code. And remember, we're only talking about fashion hats and gloves. If you prefer baseball caps or mittens, take them off indoors under any circumstances. Number 9, don't wear more than 13 accessories, including decorative buttons and brooches. Besides the number of accessories you decide to adorn yourself with, also be careful of their size and placement. Bracelets can be worn over gloves, but not rings. The closer it gets to the evening, the more expensive your jewelry can be. Back in the old days, diamonds were considered an evening adornment for married women only. But nowadays, it's okay to wear them during the day. Speaking of daytime accessories, stud earrings are appropriate for the office. Just make sure they aren't too sparkly. If your work is more on the creative side, you can wear larger earrings. But still, make sure you don't blind your coworkers with huge rhinestones. Number 8, inviting someone to a restaurant means you pay. If a woman invites a business partner to a restaurant, she pays. If someone says, "Let's go out to eat," and everybody agrees, that means everyone pays for themselves. If a man offers to pay for a woman, she can agree, but she can also decline. If the relationship between a man and a woman is unclear, her refusal to let a man pay for her may indicate that she just wants to be friends. Sorry guys, the friend zone strikes again. Number 7, don't inconvenience people on an elevator. In a packed elevator, the people standing nearest to the doors are supposed to step outside at all the stops in order to let people exit. The same goes for crowded subway trains. It might sound like common sense, but you'd be surprised how many people just stand there and make people push their way around them. Ugh, I get mad just thinking about it. Plus, if you enter an elevator and it's already crowded, face the doors. Otherwise, the situation gets real uncomfortable and real creepy real fast. I mean, everybody is already up in each other's personal bubble. Equation. Number 6. The most prestigious car seat in a car is behind the driver, and it's reserved for the ladies. If a man is sitting next to her, when he gets out of the car, he should open her door and offer his hand when she's getting out of the car. If a man is driving, it's desirable for a woman to take the seat behind. However, wherever a woman decides to sit, the man should open her door for her and help her get out of the car. In business etiquette, men increasingly break this rule, hiding behind the slogan, "There is no gender in business." Hey, we're not saying the ladies aren't capable of conducting business. We're just saying it's polite and gentlemanly to do these things. Number 5. At the cinema, theater, or concert hall, you should face the people already sitting while going to your seat. When you don't know how to get to your seat without feeling like you're putting your butt or other side in people's faces, well, the rules of etiquette have decided that it's worse to put your rear end in their face. So go to your seat while facing the other people sitting. And here are some other etiquette rules you should follow at such events. Don't sneak food inside. I know everybody does it, but there's nothing mannerly about breaking the rules. Take the high road and purchase your snacks from the concession stand. Don't use your phone. Stand up to let people pass. Don't just scoot your legs to the side. Most importantly, do not talk. Don't talk to the person sitting next to you, don't talk on the phone, don't even talk to the characters on the screen. They're still gonna go into that dark, creepy, ghost-filled basement no matter how many times you scream, "Don't go in there!" Number 4. Taboos for small talk. Politics, religion, health, and money. Here's an inappropriate question. What a beautiful dress! How much did it cost? So how should you answer an impolite question? Smile and say, "It was a gift." After that, change the topic of the conversation. If the person insists, just calmly reply, "I'd rather not discuss that." And how can you break the ice? Introduce yourself and touch on the topics of weather, sports, current events, and entertainment, such as movies or theater performances. These are all innocent enough. Number 3, informality between people who hardly know each other is forbidden. It's not a good idea to walk into the office and say something like, "Man, I got so wasted last night, my neighbors called the cops on me. Then we got in a huge fist fight. It was crazy." It's just better to keep things going on in your personal life to yourself. Even if you know your coworkers really well, in the office you should act as if you were strangers, or at least just acquaintances. Work time is for working, not sharing intimate details of your life outside of the office. Number 2, discussing those who are absent, even if it's innocent gossip, is unacceptable. You shouldn't run down your relatives, especially your spouse. If your spouse is so bad, why not get a divorce? It's also ill-advised to express contempt for your country. "Ugh, this country is full of crybabies." Well, if that's your opinion, maybe you should take a look in the mirror. Number 1, it's better to keep 9 things secret. Don't ask someone else's or talk about your own age, wealth, family problems, religion, medical issues, love affairs, gifts, honor, and disgrace. What other everyday etiquette rules do you follow? Tell us in the comments below. If you don't want to miss anything interesting and eye-opening, click subscribe to stay with us on the bright side of life.
Okay, guys, that was interesting, wasn't it? That was good. Which etiquette from the video do you follow? Which one did you find the most interesting? Hi, Nayara. Good morning. Good to see you. So, which etiquette advice do you think is the most interesting from the video you saw? I liked the one about the car. Did you see that? When a man is driving, it's good etiquette for a woman to sit in the back seat. I thought that was interesting. Here in Brazil, that doesn't work, right? Women usually ride on the passenger seat. So it's not a habit here. But there, in some places, it's okay to ride in the back seat. That's interesting. What else did you like about the video? What other etiquette advice you thought was interesting? Jayane, Jonatas, Nayara. can't remember, or maybe you can't speak right now. That's okay. If you want, you can write. Okay, you can use the chat. No problem. They give us a lot of ideas, okay? And I posted the link on the chat so you can watch this video later. I will also post on our Google Classroom, okay? So we can see that video later on because I don't know if it was lagging, if it was okay for you. Could you see the video normally? Was there any problem with the connection? Okay, no problem. That's all right. So guys, let me zoom in here. Oh, I have to get the audio. Today we're talking, as you know, about etiquette, things that are appropriate, things that are not appropriate, right? I particularly liked the first one, the girl who is not expecting a visit, and then when the person arrives, she grabs her umbrella, and depending on the person, she says, "Oh, how nice! I just got in." And then she welcomes the person. But if it's somebody that she doesn't like very much, she says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just going out. I'm late. I have to go." Right? So this is a way for you to curb unwanted visits. So of course I wouldn't do that, but I found it funny. So let's see what these people are saying. As you can notice here, we have a question and an answer, okay? Q&A. So somebody writes to the etiquette expert asking a question about their behavior to see if what they did was appropriate or not appropriate. And then she gives her opinion, okay? So before we go there, let me open up our platform so we can get the audio. Remember, we don't have the audio there anymore, right? So we need to go to the platform to get the audio. I'm not used to that. I always believe we can get the audio on the book. So, Jayani, can I use your data to get in? Yes?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. All right. So let's go there, people. So we are going now to Unit 9. We are almost finishing the book. Okay, guys, you just have a few lessons to go. So let's go there. All right. Here we go.
Page 60. Reading. Ask the etiquette expert. Matt, Seattle.
I work out at the gym almost every day. Last week, there was this guy who just stood there and talked to me the whole time I was on the treadmill. When I didn't respond to him, he looked really offended. I said, "Sorry, I can't really talk while I'm running." Did I do something wrong?
No. In fact, I think you did the right thing. He shouldn't have talked to you while you were exercising. That was inappropriate. If he does it again, just smile and say you need to concentrate when you're running.
Guys, I'm sorry I had to zoom in because it was too small, okay? So I will play the beginning again for you to follow because I know that sometimes when we post something on the screen, it gets too small, right? And then you can't read. But now can you see better? Is it okay for you? Yes? Okay. So let's go and check it out.
Page 60. Reading. Ask the etiquette expert. Matt, Seattle.
I work out at the gym almost every day. Last week, there was this guy who just stood there and talked to me the whole time I was on the treadmill. When I didn't respond to him, he looked really offended. I said, "Sorry, I can't really talk while I'm running." Did I do something wrong?
No. In fact, I think you did the right thing. He shouldn't have talked to you while you were exercising. That was inappropriate. If he does it again, just smile and say you need to concentrate when you're running.
Jessica, Toronto.
I just got a great new ringtone for my phone. This favorite pop song of mine. It's so cool when my phone rings and I hear that song. But the other day, when I was on the phone at a restaurant, people were giving me dirty looks. What did I do wrong?
You may love your ringtone, but others may find it obnoxious. You should have silenced your phone when you got to the restaurant, and you probably should have spoken more quietly. Actually, I wouldn't have answered the phone during dinner at all. It isn't proper etiquette.
Amy, Miami.
My coworker invited me to her wedding, but I couldn't go. Since I didn't go to the wedding, I didn't get her a gift. I thought that was acceptable in this situation, but now my coworker is upset. She says I was thoughtless. Who's right?
It depends. What you're saying is correct if the bride isn't a good friend. However, if you and your coworker are good friends, you probably should have gotten her something.
Okay. All right. Different situations here. As you noticed, all of the people here, they have a question about etiquette. What is appropriate? What is not appropriate? So the first guy, Matt from Seattle, talked about a situation at the gym. Okay. So here, let's see some vocabulary so we can understand. Here he says that last week there was this guy who just stood there and talked to me the whole time. So the guy just stood there. It's when you are standing up, okay, and you stay in that position for some time. So you stand there. So while he was exercising, this other guy just stood there and talked to him the whole time. So the problem was not that the guy was there, but he just talked all the time. Okay. And that happened when he was on the treadmill. So do you know the meaning of treadmill? Who knows? What is a treadmill? No. So when you go to the gym, before you start doing your series, you usually walk on the treadmill for 10 to 15 minutes to warm up. Okay? So that is the treadmill. Some people use the treadmill to run. So they run on the treadmill for 20, 30 minutes or even more. Okay? So that is a treadmill. Do you guys like walking on a treadmill? Do you like exercising on a treadmill? When I have a chance, I do. You do, Jayani? Yeah, me too. Me too. Sometimes it's nice to exercise on a treadmill. Okay. You can walk for 30 minutes and then you feel good, or you can run a little, right? So here, the situation happened when he was on the treadmill. So imagine you are at the gym and there is a guy standing next to you, talking and talking and talking and talking. Can you concentrate on your exercise? Not really, okay?
No.
So, yeah, it's impossible. So, here he said, when I didn't respond to him, he looked really offended because he decided not to respond. Okay, and then he looked at the guy, and the guy was offended, right? He was like, he was hurt. He didn't like that he was talking practically alone. Okay, so he said that at the moment he said, sorry, I can't really talk while I'm running. And then his question is, did I do something wrong? He's asking the etiquette expert, do you think his attitude was wrong? I don't know. I would have stopped my exercise and I would have talked to the guy and said, listen, I need to do this now. Can you please excuse me? And then I'll talk to you later. Okay, I guess I would do that. I wouldn't just go on exercising and not talking to the person. I would say something. I don't know. I would have said something actually because this happened in the past. So what did she say? No, in fact, I think you did the right thing. You shouldn't, actually, he shouldn't have talked to you while you were exercising. So here we have the example from our lesson. So this is what she believes he shouldn't have done. The guy, not the person, not Matt. Okay, that was inappropriate. So inappropriate, it's when something is not appropriate. Okay, not correct. So she says that was inappropriate. If he does it again, just smile and say you need to concentrate. Exactly. This is what I would have said. I would, oh, thank you so much for coming here and talking to me and everything, but I need to concentrate. Okay? All right. So let's move on to the next situation. What happened here? Let's see. That was Jessica from Toronto. So she says, I just got a great new ringtone for my phone. So, guys, what is a ringtone? Do you know? When you receive a call from someone, if you have a special ringtone, you will hear that song when the phone is ringing. Okay, so if somebody calls you, for example, the phone will play that song that you chose. So some time ago, it was very popular to have funny ringtones. A lot of people had these very different ringtones. Sometimes a person shouting or a funny song, right? But that was in the past. Nowadays, we don't use those funny ringtones anymore. That's not appropriate. Okay. So here, she said that she got a new ringtone and it was a favorite pop song. So her favorite pop song. Okay. It was so cool when it's so cool my phone rings and I hear that song. So she wants to hear that song over and over. But imagine if you are in a public place like a shopping mall or inside a bank or school, that's not very appropriate. Okay. So here she says that she was at a restaurant. Uh-oh. And then her phone rang. And of course, people gave her dirty looks. What are dirty looks? It's when you look at people and they're like making those faces, right? Showing that they are not happy with the situation. Okay. So people were giving her dirty looks. And then she asks, what did I do wrong? And then look at what the expert answers. You may love your ringtone, but others may find it obnoxious. So, what do you understand by obnoxious? What do you think? Do you have any idea? So, obnoxious is the same as strange. Different, but strange. Okay, weird. All right. So, like she said, the girl, Jessica, may love her ringtone, but other people may find it strange, right? Not everybody likes the same kind of song, okay? So here, look what she says. You should have silenced your phone, okay? So let's highlight this because this is what the expert would have done probably, right? When you are in a public place. So for you not to disturb the other people around, you should silence your phone. And this is what she says here. Oh, you should have silenced your phone when you got to the restaurant. And then finally she says, actually, I wouldn't have answered the phone during dinner at all. So answering the phone during dinner is not really appropriate unless you're at home or during your school break. But if you are having dinner, like something formal, it's not appropriate etiquette to answer the phone. Okay, guys? So here she says, I wouldn't have answered the phone at all. It isn't proper etiquette. Okay, so there you have it. So that's very nice to notice, right? That sometimes when you are at the restaurant, you see a lot of people talking on their phones or using their phones at the table. And then the other person is simply there or maybe using the phone too, right? So have you ever noticed couples now during the pandemic, probably not, but before the pandemic, a couple in a restaurant and both of them using their cell phones, not talking to each other. This is very common, right? It isn't proper etiquette. Okay. So now look at this, the last one. That's from Amy. She's from Miami. She says that her coworker invited her to her wedding, but she couldn't go. She had an appointment. Then she says, since I didn't go to the wedding, I didn't get her a gift. So she didn't buy a present to her friend, to her coworker, actually. I thought that was acceptable in this situation. So, in her opinion, to her mind, she thought it was okay because she didn't go to the wedding, right? But her coworker is upset. When you get upset, it's because you don't like something, you don't like a person's attitude, so you behave in an upset way. You don't talk to the person so well, you don't smile, right? Then you show that you are upset. And this is what happened. Her coworker is upset, okay? She says, I was thoughtless. Who is right? Okay, that's the question. So the friend, the coworker, told her that she was thoughtless. What is something or someone thoughtless? When you are thoughtless, you don't consider the other person's situation. You are inconsiderate, kind of, okay? So you don't pay attention to the other person, or you don't really consider, that's the best word. So you were thoughtless because she didn't give her a gift, she didn't buy a present. And I think it's even weird, or it's even obnoxious or strange for a person to tell you that, oh, listen, you are thoughtless. You didn't give me a present. That's strange, right? But anyway, her question is, who is right? Amy or her coworker? Look at what the expert says. It depends. What you are saying is correct if the bride isn't a good friend. The bride is the woman who is getting married. Okay? So if she isn't a good friend, her coworker, then okay, you don't need to worry about giving a present. But if your coworker is a good friend, if she is a very good friend, then you probably should have gotten her something. So that's why she says it depends. It depends on the level of relationship that you have with the person. Okay? All right, people. So here, I just didn't highlight this word because it's similar to Portuguese. Something acceptable is something that you can accept. Okay? So let's listen to the text one more time, and this time with full understanding of the meaning of the words. Okay? So let me just minimize here and play the audio again for us.
Page 60. Reading. Ask the etiquette expert. Matt, Seattle.
I work out at the gym almost every day. Last week, there was this guy who just stood there and talked to me the whole time I was on the treadmill. When I didn't respond to him, he looked really offended. I said, "Sorry, I can't really talk while I'm running." Did I do something wrong?
No. In fact, I think you did the right thing. He shouldn't have talked to you while you were exercising. That was inappropriate. If he does it again, just smile and say you need to concentrate when you're running.
Jessica, Toronto.
I just got a great new ringtone for my phone. This favorite pop song of mine. It's so cool when my phone rings and I hear that song. But the other day, when I was on the phone at a restaurant, people were giving me dirty looks. What did I do wrong?
You may love your ringtone, but others may find it obnoxious. You should have silenced your phone when you got to the restaurant, and you probably should have spoken more quietly. Actually, I wouldn't have answered the phone during dinner at all. It isn't proper etiquette.
Amy, Miami.
My coworker invited me to her wedding, but I couldn't go. Since I didn't go to the wedding, I didn't get her a gift. I thought that was acceptable in this situation, but now my coworker is upset. She says I was thoughtless. Who's right?
It depends. What you're saying is correct if the bride isn't a good friend. However, if you and your coworker are good friends, you probably should have gotten her something.
Okay, so now let's do the first activity here. Select the topics the expert discusses. So let's see the topics first, okay? Politely refusing something to eat or drink, considerate phone behavior, proper behavior at the gym, talking to strangers on public transportation, or knowing when it's necessary to give a gift. So which topics here were mentioned by the expert or were discussed by the expert? Did she talk about considerate phone behavior? Remember when she was mentioning the situation of the girl here and her ringtone, right? Is that appropriate phone behavior? Did she discuss that? Yeah, she did. So let's check that here. All right, what about proper behavior at the gym? Did she discuss that? Yes, she did. Very good. Now, talking to strangers on public transportation. Did she discuss that? No. And finally, knowing when it's necessary to give a gift. Yes, that's right. Okay, so these are the three ones she discussed. Okay, now I would like you to do on your own number 3. Okay, you should read the article again in silence and answer. What does the etiquette expert think? Choose true or false. So you're going to read the sentences here and select true or false, okay? I'll give you 2 minutes to do that, okay? Do you all have your books there, or do you need to see the text? Okay, I will read the sentences and then I will show you the text, okay? Number one, Matt should have responded to the guy at the gym. True or false? Number two, Jessica shouldn't have answered her phone in the restaurant. Amy shouldn't have given a gift if the bride was a good friend. Okay, now take a look there. Wow. Excuse me, guys. Okay, guys, so before we answer, let's take a picture because we need to take a picture to confirm your attendance, okay? And then we'll come back, okay? Just a moment, people, okay? Oh man, where's Jonathan? He's crashing all the time. Poor Jonathan. I guess his connection is not good. He is having connection problems. Okay, so let me get the participants here. I'll take a picture, just a moment, okay, Jonathan, stay there. 1, 2, 3. Okay, all right, thank you. Okay, guys, so let's just go there to the book again and check here. Okay, it's the final part, actually, okay? Let's just check this number 3. What does the etiquette expert think? So what did you put for number 1? Try to do that while I'm saving the picture. Let me save our picture here before I lose it. Okay, guys, picture saved. So, okay, let's correct. Matt should have responded to the guy at the gym. True or false? What do you think? You don't know? Let's take a look there. Look, when he said that he didn't respond, look, he says here, I didn't respond to him. He looked really offended. So here she says, you are not wrong. I think you did the right thing. He should have talked to you while he shouldn't have talked to you while you were exercising. That was inappropriate. If he does it again, just smile and say you need to concentrate when you're running. So, going there again, he should have responded, Matt, okay? Should have responded to the guy at the gym. True or false? Yes, of course, that's false, okay? Jessica shouldn't have answered her phone in the restaurant. Yes, of course, that wasn't appropriate, right? And finally, Amy shouldn't have given a gift if the bride was a good friend. Yes, of course, that's false. Okay, guys, so not a good idea, right? If the person is a good friend, yes, she should have given her a gift, right? Even though she didn't go to the party, right? That really doesn't make any difference, okay? So here, they're just asking about our culture. So is the expert's advice true where you live? So is it really the same thing here about the behavior at the gym, the ringtone, and giving a gift to a friend, a coworker who's getting married? So here there is an example. Look, where I live, it's not rude to make conversation at the gym. Matt should have been more friendly. I would have told him so and so. So here in Brazil, is it rude to make conversation at the gym? Not so much, right? Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree with you. Not so much. It depends. It depends what you are doing, where you are at the gym, right? Which activity you are doing. Okay. If you're doing yoga, for example, then it's not okay to make conversation, right? Okay, guys, just to finish, I will show you the homework assignment for this lesson. But before I show you the homework, let me try to minimize here. Yeah, that I will minimize the screen just a little bit more so we can visualize the things we learned today. So what did we learn today? What did we talk about? Very good. We talked about etiquette, appropriate behavior, inappropriate behavior. What were the words we learned in this reading text? Let me just zoom in. I'm sorry about that, guys. I know It is sometimes abrupt to zoom in like this. Just to show you the words. Which words did we learn today? We saw the word offended, inappropriate, okay, obnoxious, right? And obnoxious means, yes, strange, different. Etiquette, acceptable, and thoughtless. Okay, remember this one here, thoughtless. Thoughtless is the same as inconsiderate. Okay. All right, people. So let's just go over to our page 112 to see the writing assignment for this unit. Okay. So let me just make it bigger for you here. So this is the assignment for us, okay? I can post this for you if you don't have this page. All right, people. So you should do for homework, unit 9, okay? But that's okay, no problem. If you don't do the writing now, try to do as soon as possible, okay, guys? So it's read these letters to a magazine advice column. Then write your own letter to Daddy. Describe a situation and ask for advice. Okay, I will post this on Google Classroom for you if you don't have the book. All right, guys. So this is it for today. Thank you for coming, and don't forget to check your Google Classroom, okay, to see the homework. So this is the homework for today. Okay, guys. I posted here. Sorry, let me share. Okay, this is the homework for today. I post here on Google Classroom so you can see. It's the writing task, page 112, unit 9, okay? Write a letter to Daddy's column and ask for advice. And you should also do worksheet number 2, okay? This worksheet here. Hey, guys. So thank you so much for coming and hope to see you again next week. Have a nice weekend, guys. Bye-bye.